Have you ever faced a smurfing Widowmaker in comp and thought to yourself, man, this guy never misses a shot. I can't even peek out for a second. Well, I'm here to tell you that that sniper may actually not be that good, and you're potentially making the one mistake that makes it easy for them to headshot you: jumping. What's up everyone, my name is Acapella and welcome back to the channel where I like to focus on educational Overwatch content to help you improve your game. Today, I've got a topic that isn't talked about a whole lot in other videos or guides on other channels, so I thought I'd cover it so there's absolutely no confusion on how this concept works. I've been coaching for over a year now, and this is by far one of my biggest pet peeves that I see when watching people's gameplay, especially support players, and that is jumping way too much. Overwatch is a very unique game compared to other popular FPS games because of its focus on movement. Almost every other first-person shooter like CSGO, Valorant, and even COD to an extent punish you for moving too much and jumping. In these games, it's a direct negative on the player for doing these things by messing up your aim, accuracy, and even giving you movement speed penalties. In Overwatch, there are no such negatives as the game wants to promote high-speed, movement-based combat. However, there actually is a penalty to the player that isn't easily noticeable, and that's predictability. When you jump, there are very few options in the directions you can go, meaning if someone were to practice enough and memorize these patterns, they could very easily track you and find your head just as easily. Overwatch has been out for 4.5 years, and one of the things that has stayed consistent is the hitboxes and movement patterns, meaning that players have had over 4 years, almost 5 now, as we're coming up on the anniversary here soon, to build up the muscle memory of these patterns. Even if they aren't explicitly trying to practice that, simply playing the game for this long has allowed them to get used to the mechanics. If you still don't believe me, I'll show you an example on screen here. Ana's hitbox is normally very weird and extremely hard to hit when, doing normal left to right strafing. Add in crouching, and it becomes even harder to hit her. But all of that stops the second the Ana player decides to jump. Her hitbox goes from being one of the hardest to hit to being one of the easiest. When jumping, she follows a very easy to trace arc pattern that is always the same distance and height. The worst part is it doesn't even vary by character. Almost every single character follows a similar path when jumping, making the job of a hitscan player very easy. All they have to do is learn this simple arc and just get it in their muscle memory. And from then on, every single time someone jumps, it's an easy headshot. But wait, there's more. Did you think it's just an issue when they have a sniper or something on the enemy team? Well, you would be wrong. Jumping makes it easier for almost every character in the game to hit you. Have you ever been confused about how a Tracer randomly one-clipped you, or how a Zarya did an insane amount of damage to you for no reason? Well, that's because it's just not flicking characters like Widow, but also tracking characters have a much easier time tracking you when you jump. Oh, you thought it was safe to jump against projectile characters too? Nope, they also have an easier time predicting where you'll go and hitting you because of it. As you can see, pretty much every character in the game benefits from you jumping. So what do we gain from jumping as a player? Almost nothing. There's only a select few characters that gain something by jumping, such as Baptiste, Genji, and Hanzo, but even those characters can get punished if they aren't careful when jumping. So how do we kick this habit? Well, the simplest and almost a dumb way is to completely unbind the key, or at the very least rebind it to something you don't have easy access to, like, for example, the M key. If you're playing characters that absolutely have to jump though, I'd recommend practicing while you have that in mind, making sure you jump less in general. Focus a lot of your mental on not jumping at all. Your gameplay may dip at first, as your mechanics may suffer, but as you get used to doing it less and less, you'll start not jumping subconsciously, and then you can go back to focusing on other things like mechanics and positioning. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helps me out a bunch, especially as we get closer and closer to 300 subs. Join my Discord, the link will be in the description. And that being said, my name is Acapella. Stay out of trees and trouble and have a good one.